Where's the beef? Gamer Podcast. So welcome back. This is Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast. Hope everything's going well. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're in good health. My name is Clip Maximus. Chris is also here today. How you doing, Chris?
Am I here today, or is it just your imagination?
Well, if it's my imagination, that's one very weird voice in my head talking to me right now. Hello. What's been happening? What's going on with you today?
It's the best kind of voice to have inside your head.
No, it's not the best kind of voice to have inside your head. What if I'm doing something intimate, or maybe I'm trying to get some work done and your voice pops into my head? No.
Dude, I'll be encouraging all the time. You can do it, Clint. You can last more than 30 seconds. You can last more than 30 seconds. Come on, 40 seconds, 45 seconds.
So, other than my sexual libido, everything's all right. What's been going on with you?
My PS4 Pro is back.
Hey, so you've been doing Persona 5?
Yes, I'm back, baby. Persona 5 has taken over my life again and feels good. It's good. I'm back at home. I'm back with my characters, with my personas. I'm so happy.
That's good.
Yesterday, my PS4 Pro is so quiet now. It's not quiet. It's still like a jet engine, but it's like less jet engine-y than before. Yesterday I fused a persona called Mara. Just Google Persona 5 Mara and you will understand why it's so hilarious.
Persona 5 Mara?
Yes.
Mara. Oh, okay. Mara. Okay. What the hell did this? That's an actual thing? That's an actual thing in Persona?
Yes, I have it. I actually am using it. Actually, it's a very good persona to use.
Dude, it's a dick.
It's a penis on a chariot.
Dude, it's a dick. That's actually in the game?
Yes, it's actually in the fucking game.
That's hilarious. It's basically a squid, but instead of a head, it has a fucking dick. That's crazy. But a dick with a mouth.
Yep.
I can't believe that's actually in the game.
It's actually one of the best personas in the game, to be honest. I mean, it's actually really good. It has very good stats and magic.
I just have a quick question. How does it fire magic at you?
Oh, from its mouth?
Man, the developers, when they sat there like, right, guys, we need a persona, we need something that looks good. And then one guy just stands and goes, let's do a dildo. I'm like, okay. And then maybe he was looking on his desk, and there was this big green dildo on his desk, and he's like, yeah, perfect.
Dude, I mean, it's made by Japanese companies, so we are expected to see at least one weird thing in their games. It's like it's a tradition. You cannot have not a weird thing in a Japanese game.
Isn't Persona 5 a bit of... No, I'm not going to say it's a children's game, but I mean...
No.
It's not like an R-rated game, is it? Surely.
I think it's R-rated game. It's not.
Is there cursing in it? Is there swearing?
I'm not sure if it's R-rated or not. I'm checking.
I'm pretty sure if the people who are doing the rating of the game saw that big green giant dick in that game, they'd have gone, right, this is an R-rated game straight away.
Why is it so hard to know? Persona 5 R-rated?
No, just Persona 5 rating. Persona 5.
I think
rating.
What is Persona? M, mature.
He's rated M for mature. Yeah. That's a voice I haven't heard in ages. Rated M for mature.
Yeah, rated M for mature. So it's mature, so it's okay. You can put penises.
Oh my god. I still can't believe there's a big green dick in Persona 5. and especially Persona 5. I wouldn't expect that. I don't know why.
Why not?
I've played Persona 5.
Yeah.
Is that because I don't remember that from Persona 5? Is it just from Royale or is it actually from Persona 5?
No, it's in Persona 5, but because it's a very higher up Persona, so like it's a level 70 Persona.
The word you're using is not correct on that at all. It's a very higher up one, It's harder. It's harder to get.
Okay, I feel like we talked about a lot of. I think we're past the limit of talking a penis in a game. Let's move on.
It's not like you shouldn't have brought it up. I'm looking at this, and anyone who's looking at me now, it comes into my room. They think I'm looking at porn or something, man. So all I've got is big green dicks on my fucking screen. That's what I have right now. I'm closing it. I can't see it anymore. Done, gone, done. I don't want anyone to walk in.
What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I'm actually playing Days Gone.
Days Gone.
I'm playing Days Gone. You know what? The update was about 30 gigs, and it was a PlayStation exclusive. When it first came out, it was in the words of Chris, it was hot garbage. It was glitchy. It was awful. You couldn't play it. While the gameplay is actually quite good, it just didn't feel right. I mean, man, the pop-ups in that game were insane. You'd be driving your bike and a fucking zombie would pop up in front of you. Boom! Insane. Crazy. So I think now, with all the updates, it's actually a good playable game. It's actually a very good playable game. I'm enjoying it. And plus, I like the whole thing with the zombie hordes. Like, that's done very well. Like, you're running away from, like, what looks like 1,000 zombies on screen. They've done a very good job with that. And with the updates, it's sick. So, yeah, you should try it. Give it a shot. I think you can buy it now online for nothing. It's like $15 or something, or $20. I can't remember.
$15, it's a lot of money right now.
Especially here, yeah. $15 is like rent. I give you $10 for rent. Okay, done. 100 done.
Exactly. It's so expensive. I swear to God, I bought like a whole chicken and like a kilo of cheese.
The cheese was like 10 times more expensive.
Yeah, cheese is 40,000, dude.
Man, I haven't eaten cheese in ages. I don't even know what it tastes like anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's
chicken's like the cheapest thing you can get now. It's like you can get a whole chicken for like 9,000. If you go to like charcuterie or somewhere like that, you get it for like 5,000 if you're lucky.
Oof! I cannot. One time I did buy chicken from charcuterie, but it smelled like shit,
garbage.
Yeah,
you were shitting for like a week.
Yeah, it smelled so bad. So I never buy chicken if it's not Hawa chicken.
Fair enough. Right, let's get into our news before we start talking about the price of chicken throughout the entire show. I swear, because we can do a whole hour talking about it. It's no problem. We can do that. Right, today our first story is Kingdoms of Alamar. Am I saying that right? Amalur Reckoning. I remember this game. The front cover is like a dude with like an axe or a sword in his hand, right? I think.
Yeah, he's jumping, something like that.
Yeah, I remember. It was good. It was all right. It wasn't the best game. It was like a action RPG style kind of game.
I feel like when I played this game, it felt very off-putting for me. I don't know why I stopped playing it. Like, I felt the character from my memory, right? It's from what I remember.
Yeah,
I remember the characters being very big and bulky.
Yeah, they were like big buff things. Yeah,
very buff, but they moved so nimble, which felt weird. Like, it's like seeing an elephant doing, I don't know. Tell me gymnastic move.
Well, I don't know, a jump.
a jump. That's a gymnastic move.
It is a fucking gymnastic move. I'm going to do a just gymnastic move now. Jump.
Somersault.
Oh, seeing an elephant do a somersault. I'd pay money to see that, by the way. That's an elephant. We are now going to show you an elephant doing a somersault. Done. I am 100% down for that. So it looks like
that's why people paid money to go to circuses to see elephant doing
all
crazy
kinds of shit. Yeah, exactly. So THQ Nordic are set to publish the new Kingdoms game, Reckoning, apparently, which will have nicer graphics and refined gameplay. Well, maybe the gameplay will be tuned up a bit. So it looks like this was released in 2012, and I remember this because I think I got it on. It must have been 360. It must have been Xbox 360. I got this one on. I remember getting that. And over the years, according to this report, it's developed a bit of a cult following as well. And I remember some friends who actually liked it a lot because it's got that whole. It's a very generic RPG, if I remember. I don't remember the story being really over the top either. I remember thinking, like predictable, maybe that's the word I'm looking for. So. I don't know, a remaster might be quite cool because obviously it's going to have much better graphics, better gameplay is what they're saying. All the DLCs are going to be included as well. Anything else I'm missing from this? I think that's about it, really. I mean, don't forget THQ Nordic, they did the Darksiders games, right?
Yes.
I think so, because I like the Darksiders games. They're good. The third one, not so much. It's okay, but the first and second one are amazing. And, but still, they could do a good job with that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I never played. I played Darksiders 1, and it felt... I don't know. Felt kind of... Maybe I played it... Because I played it on the PS4, I felt it's very, like, the mechanics doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
That's why it turned me off. So maybe if I played it and when it released, I would have liked it more.
Play it on Switch. I have the remastered version on Switch. When I was in Canada, I bought it for I think I saw it. It was like $15 or something used. I think I saw a remastered Switch. I thought, I'm going to get this. So I played it on the plane, because I like the Darksider game. The second one is much better. Because it feels more like a sort of cross between God of War / Zelda kind of style game. And plus you play as Death, which is pretty cool. The third one was like a Souls game, but it was good. Don't get me wrong, I did like it, but it wasn't hard. I mean, even I finished that game, you know what I mean? Because I'm not good at the Dark Souls style games. But that one I finished it in like a day, 2 days, it was done. Where you have to find the 7 deadly sins. But yeah, give them a shot. I think you should try them.
Okay.
Definitely.
There was one... I have on the Switch Darksiders Genesis. Because when I saw the game, I thought it was like Diablo, but it's not like Diablo. It's actually like... It plays like Darksiders, but on a top-down view camera.
Yeah. It's good. So, Genesis is actually... I have it on PC.
Okay.
I remember buying that on PC when it came out. I loved it. It was good. Right, let's get into our next story. Next story today is Sega announces palm-size Game Gear micro console. I'm looking at it. That's going to piss me off. Trying to play on that thing, man. Yeah. I have big hands, man. I'm going to smush that screen so much.
This is how company targets your nostalgia and takes your money. This is not worth fucking $50. There's 4 colors. There's black, blue, yellow, red.
I think each one has different games,
each color has different games on it. Each color has 4 games, and each one costs $50. So if you want let's say, I like, let's say, Shining Force 1, and I like Sonic the Hedgehog. But Sonic the Hedgehog is in the black color and Shining Force 1 is in the yellow color. So I have to fucking buy the black and yellow. Fuck no, dude. Fuck no. This is how companies suck on your the juices of nostalgia.
They suck on the teat of nostalgia. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
And I saw the video. I was like, this is so tiny. How can you even see what the fuck is gonna happen on the screen? It's so small.
I know. You know what the funny thing is? I'm probably gonna end up buying one. I can see myself going, like, maybe not now, like maybe end of the year or when I'm start traveling again. Yeah. And I'm gonna go, fuck it. I can imagine.
If it's like something $20, I would buy one. I would buy the yellow version because I like Shining Force.
Yeah.
But you can buy all four for $200, and you can get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can buy all the four for $200, and you get a magnifying glass for free.
Oh wow! Man,
Yeah.
I just get a fucking real magnifying glass that
Yeah.
costs like what 10,000. Stick
Yeah.
it on, done. What the hell?
Do you
That's
remember
hilarious.
those on the original Game Boy and Game Boy
Man,
Color?
I used to have it on the original Game Boy, and
Yeah.
I used to play on it when I was a kid. So I used to play under the bed sheet at night, so my mum wouldn't see the light from the fucking magnifying glass. Are you playing Game Boy? No. I was trying to sleep, so I used to play Game Boy at night. It was cool though. Back in the day, that was cool. But you know what? There are so many better Game Gear games out there, and not even mentioned here. They could have put on here. You know what I mean? I mean, where's like Streets of Rage, for example? I remember playing Streets of Rage on Game Gear. I'm trying to think what other games. What was the Mickey Mouse game? Castle of Illusion. Where the fuck's that? Man, that was such a big Game Gear game there. I remember playing that on Game Gear.
Okay. There's Mortal Kombat. Is Mortal Kombat on this?
I
No, it's
think the second one. Maybe Mortal Kombat 2. I don't
not. Yeah,
remember.
but it's not on the choices. Mortal Kombat is such a good game on Game
Oh,
Gear.
yeah. There's a lot of very good Game Gear games. It's
Yeah,
like,
I remember. I remember the game called what's it called? Space Harrier.
yeah, Space Harrier was good. That was a good Game Gear
it was
game.
so
yeah.
much fun. I actually like this game. It's called Bubble something. It's two dinosaurs.
Bubble.
Yeah, something like that. Bubble.
Yeah, that was big on Nintendo as well.
Yeah. I think there's Battletoads also, if I'm not mistaken,
I think so, yeah.
on Game Gear. Yeah, there's a lot of very good games. It's not on the list. Like Pio 2. Royal Stone? What's that? I never heard of it. How can none of the Disney games is on it?
I know. But obviously because it's bloody Disney. That's probably why they were like, no. They probably saw that mini little fucking Game Gear and went, wait, you're not putting shit on that. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? The fuck
I have
is
never
this?
heard of this game. Royal Stone. Wow.
No. I used to like Marble Madness.
Yeah.
Marble Madness was a good one, and I think some of the Star Wars games were on there as well, but I can't remember which ones. There must have been a Star Wars game on there.
Yeah. So the only games I actually know in this list is Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Tails, Shining Force 1, 2, and Shining Force Gaiden. And I know Megami Tensei Gaiden. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is
hot garbage.
hot garbage.
Let's get into our next one today. Epic forced to rewrite parts of Unreal Engine 5 due to the PS5 speedy SSD. That's an interesting story because they've been praising this new technology from the PS5. Well, what they've been developing, and obviously because of the incredible speeds. So yeah, they've had to rewrite part of the Unreal Engine 5 just for this. This is pretty interesting. Now, there's a lot of tech stuff I'm reading here, so I'm going to let you get into that one. There's a lot of tech stuff in that.
What do I mean?
Explain to me.
So
Explain.
So they have to rewrite the SSD because on the PS5, the SSD has its own chip set, so it can reorganize the data that comes through through output. Again, everything I explain is very summarized and very simplified. So it has its own. Imagine SSD has nothing. It's not just dependent on the I/O. It has its own chipset to organize the data. So because of that, it's not constrained just with the I/O. Plus, don't forget. Yes, there were some talk about some SSDs saying, "Oh yeah, it's faster than PS5 to SSD." But don't forget that SSD is constrained with Windows also and with the I/O. if you do the same test on a Linux, you get more output. Let's say if you got on Windows 25 gigabit per second, on Linux you get 30. That's a big gap. So again, because maybe Sony has very optimized their software, and because of that special chipset, you get so much output that Epic is losing a lot of a lot of resources for nothing, because it can handle more resources. So it's very good to see that they optimized it so it can output more, I don't know, maybe pixels or so it's very good to see that Sony is doing something new, something like it's unheard of even on the PC.
This is definitely one of the biggest things that this is for me what's making me lean more towards PlayStation right now, just because of all this new technology. The thing is, they haven't shown off a lot of it yet, because they were supposed to do it, obviously, but they had to postpone. So I think once they start showing what the machine looks like and, showing off what it can do, showing off this new technology, then that's going to be like the moment of where I'm going to be deciding which one I'm going to be getting first, whether it's going to be the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. But for now, I'm still leaning towards PlayStation 5 just because I'm a PlayStation fan. You know what I mean? I think that's mainly it. You know what I mean? Because even like when in the current gen, I got PlayStation 4 first, and then I got Xbox One. So let's see. But it's very interesting though that they've actually had to change shit up. You know what I mean? To get it working. So that's interesting. So I'd like to see what happens with that. It's good.
This reminds me a lot when Sony released the PS3. It made its own microprocessor. It's called Cell microprocessor. And it was so fucking powerful. It's not as talking about raw power. It's as good as some of the CPUs coming out in this day of age, like in 2018 and 2017. It was still as powerful. The issue was when Sony did this microprocess, they didn't talk any of the developers. They didn't talk with any of the software engineers or any of the people who are actually going to use the hardware, and they had very difficulty to develop games on it. That's why they couldn't take advantage of the processor. Even at the end of the life, I think the only company was able to take even not 100% of the processor power was Naughty Dog, because The Last of Us looked fucking amazing. Like it looked nothing like any other game you've seen on that generation. It's like it was a graphic bump up, which is insane because the hardware didn't change.
Well, the thing is, I've just finished playing The Last of Us again because, I'm getting ready for Last of Us 2. And I remember sitting there like last week thinking, this could probably still push off as a PS4 game. I mean, fair enough, there's certain parts of the level design, like when you look at the walls and the way it's been mapped out, okay, you can tell it's a PS3 game. But then you sort of, all of a sudden, like, for example, the bits with the giraffes, you know what I mean? When there was certain parts in that game where it would open up, it's like, holy shit, you'd think it's a PS4 game. So, yeah, really good. I like.
So that's why I'm saying that it's very good that Mark Cerny is talking beforehand with developers that how they can work with developers so they can actually use the power of the speed of the SSD, and that's what it's showing with Unreal Engine. What's his name? Sweden, whatever the fuck his name is announcing that we have to rework Unreal Engine. They are able to rework on it because they have this good connection with Sony, which is great.
Yeah. That's good.
For us.
I think it's very good. Good. Right. Next story today, we're talking about The Outer Worlds. Apparently is the world's worst on Switch. You're playing that right now on Xbox.
Yes. So initially, I've been, because of quarantine and I haven't been working a lot.
Yeah.
Like, most of us haven't been working a lot, so I've been spending a lot of time at my girlfriend's place, and I've been taking the Switch with me a lot, so I play at her place all the time. So initially, I said, you know what, I want to play a big open world game. When I'm at her place, something I can like waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
And but because my PS4 it got defected, I had to fix it. So I played afterwards on the Xbox One, and I said, I will replay it again on the Switch.
Yeah.
But it's very good that I didn't wait, because I'm seeing on the internet it's not just like bad. It's hot garbage bad.
Hot garbage. We have to make a hashtag for you, man. We got to have a hashtag called hot garbage, I swear.
Hot garbage, yeah.
We got every time you post a video now, you put the hashtag hot garbage underneath. You have to, man. We got to make this a thing. It's so cool. So anyway, hot garbage. I mean, when you say hot garbage, I mean, obviously, because with Switch, I've noticed that like a lot of games that are already out on things like PlayStation, PC, Xbox, I think gamers are looking for like a new platform where they can bring these games back to give it new life. This I've noticed, like for example, Witcher 3. Prime example, very good game. On Switch, it runs pretty good. It doesn't look as good as if you're playing it on a PS4, Xbox One, or PC.
But it's passable.
It's passable, 100%. I mean, obviously, for me, the thing about the Switch, again, is because you're on the go, you can take it anywhere. And playing Witcher 3 on the Switch is pretty cool. So what's been some of the biggest issues then that they're talking about? I'm presuming it must be things like the graph. But mind you, that's not a very big graphical demanding game anyway, right?
It's not about being a very demanding graphical. It's about, because there's so much shit on the ground to pick up.
Yeah.
I think it's very constrained on the memory. It's not just that. Like, I saw a video where saying what's the issues with the game is you have a big banner, and there's a writing on it, and the guy said, look how long it's gonna take me for me to walk and how close I need to get to the banner so you can actually read what's written, because it's a blurry mess. Even when on a handheld and on dot mode, it's a blurry mess. It's worse on the handheld. So the guy walked so close next to the banner so he can actually read what's written. That's bad. Wow. Yeah, and it's not just that. Let's say there's a section of an area. Let's say there's 20 trees. You can only now see 1 or 2 trees, and it just takes away with the atmosphere of the game. So if this part of the area was designed to be a luscious green area, now just fucking plain area with green mush on it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like if the game can be ported on the Switch, it doesn't mean it has to be ported on the Switch.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
They're trying to make money out of the game. I'm sure some people are bored, so what can you do?
I mean, it's not. Yes, big games like The Witcher and what's the game? The fucking Doom. Yeah, Doom. It's not that great looking, but it's very playable and very passable. Plus, the Outer Worlds has this issue is that the more you play the game, the worse it gets. Imagine that. It gets worse. Sometimes you be like, you enter before you enter a new area, there's a loading section, right? After the loading section, there's no more loading. But in mid game, the game will start to load, and sometimes you see one enemy, you be like, okay, this is one enemy. He's level 10 and I'm level 6. I can take him on because he's alone. But when you start shooting him, other enemies just randomly pop out next to the guy. And you're like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this fight, right? So it's not just like bad visuals. It actually takes away with the gameplay. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend this game buying on the Switch. It's not...
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the developers can do anything to fix it with patches or not. I'm not sure. Because I don't think the Switch can handle it. So yeah, stick on the PS4 or Xbox.
Yeah. Cool. I will definitely, because it's on Game Pass still, that game, right?
Yeah.
So I will get it on Game Pass. That's exactly what I will do. Right. Next story today. Let's talk about the release date of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 4. Apparently, there's been a rescheduled release date for it. If I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to be out by now. I think it's been moved to June 10. So
Yes.
that's kind of cool. So there's talking about a leak.
No, the leak is for the release.
Just for the release? I thought there was like a leak of. I mean, yeah, the release, but I thought a leak of what was actually in it. You know what I mean? Like, did they talk about it? Did they mention it? No, nothing. Yeah, all right.
Okay,
So
I just wanted to add another Call of Duty. Every week there's gonna be news with Call of Duty.
fair enough. Well, mind you, as I said, they've done well with that. They've kept that game alive, and they've done well. So it's cool. So yeah. So get ready for that. That's literally what we now the couple of days. Yeah, like I think by the time this episode comes out, it should be out, or at least a day away. So that's cool.
Yeah, I cannot wait to download another 50 gig.
Well, I didn't download the last one. I've still got season 2 on my PlayStation. I didn't even update season.
Yeah,
2.
but you're not gonna run away from it, Clint, because you have to download season 3 and season 4, so you have to download 100 gig. The game is now 190 gigs. With this update, it's gonna be 220 gigs, something like that.
That's gonna be. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm not gonna bother updating it. I think worst come worst, I might just play the campaign again. I can't be asked updating. It's too much. It is too much for my little heart to take. I can't do it anymore. Right, next story. Let's get into Dead Island 2. Incomplete playable build leaked. I remember seeing the trailer because I know you hate. I don't think you like Dead Island. I think you hated it when it came out, so you didn't even.
I hate
bother
Dead
yourself.
Island 1 because I have a bad experience with it with the trophy because I collected all of the collectibles. There was like 200 collectibles and the trophy didn't pop out and I fucking raged.
Oh god. I can picture you standing up going, no! All that work for nothing! No! Oh, goodness. Well, anyway, Dead Island 2 footage is leaked online. As I said, I think the trailer must have come out, my god, what, 4 or 5 years ago, I think, when I first saw the trailer?
I remember the trailer come out, the first trailer we saw where the guy was running on the shore of the beach.
He was running, yeah, and like he was changing into a zombie. There was shit happening all around him. He was like a jogger or something, yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, I remember when it was on E3 after the PS4 was announced, so 2013, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, one of the developers, Jan David Hassel, I think he took to Twitter and said, "Oh boy, what a blast from the past. Didn't expect this one, and while it's literally unfinished work in progress in a way, it's nice that at least somehow people can see what we've been working on before we got axed." So yeah, but according to Deep Silver, they're still working on the game. They're still in development. So obviously they've got a new development team on that, and maybe as Chris, maybe they walked into that office, saw what they're developing, and went, hot garbage. That's probably why they walked in and went, so this is what you're developing? Yes. Hot garbage. We will delete. delete, start again.
They be like, the CEO kid would be like, this is boring, daddy. It's hot garbage.
Hot garbage. I could picture you being the CEO bloody kid. Hot garbage. Next.
To be honest, from the screenshot, it looks a lot like Dying Light, but brighter.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember seeing some of the game. They showed off some of the gameplay a while ago, and it looked all right. It looked good, man.
Yeah, like release it. Fuck it, just release it. Even if it's broken shit, like who cares? You just fucking release it. Sell it for like $10.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think from what I'm seeing, the environments are very tropical, very colorful, very similar to the original from what I'm reading as well. And I think I'm going to go online. I'm going to check that out. I didn't check that out online yet, but I definitely read the story. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm a fan of Dead Island. I like the first one. And there was a kind of a sequel as well that came out. Dead Island something Requiem. I can't remember what the hell. Rectum. What the hell it was called? Something like that.
So,
yes.
What's next?
I'm trying to find out what that Riptide. That was it. Dead Island Riptide. I was looking online while you were talking to try and find out what that second game was called. Right, let's get into our next story. Sony loses PlayStation Store refund policy lawsuit. I read a lot about this. Apparently, they had to fork out something like $3.5 million over the PlayStation Store refund policy because this was in Australia, if I'm not mistaken, by the way. This was basically they were doing false and misleading representations on the website. If you had a game that you bought that was faulty or defective or something, you downloaded it. Apparently, you had something to do with a refund within 14 days. And obviously, they didn't do it. So that's obviously why they all went to court for that. Rob Sims, I think he was the ACCC chairman. He said, no matter where in the world a company has its headquarters, if it's selling in Australia or to Australian consumers, the Australian customer law applies. So, I don't know what to say about that. To be honest, I mean, what is there to say? I mean, when was the last time you tried to get a refund on a downloaded game?
I think it was No Man's Sky. I think people got a lot of their money back with No Man's Sky. I remember that. But I feel like 14 days is a lot of time because you can finish a game in 14 days.
And you can finish a game in 2 days if you push hard enough.
Yeah, exactly. So people can abuse this. So you can just buy the game, finish it, and after 14 days you can refund it.
Yeah, there was a glitch. There was something wrong with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if it's broken and it's on the internet and people are complaining, sure, I understand.
Yeah,
for it to refund, they would give you the money back. I don't know. 14 days is a lot of time. I feel like if you give it 5 days or 6 days for the refund policy.
Yeah.
I would be
mind
okay
you,
with
I mean, as they were saying in the report, they were misleading the customers about that. So, obviously, I mean, they got through it. They had to pay a fine and done, innit? You know, what else are they going to do?
Yeah, I understand.
So, fuck it. Fuck it in the arse. Right.
Yeah.
Next one today.
Sony lost some money. Oh, no. They're poor.
out of the billions, it's only chump change. It's okay. Just pulling out of their pockets. Oh, I have a couple of million here. Give them. It's fine. Right. Next story today. Premier League. So, I mean, obviously because of COVID-19 and the whole coronavirus pandemic, I think football season is about to start from what I'm reading. But obviously there's going to be no full stadiums. And thing is, what I'm reading this, I think it's actually quite funny because they're going to be using the sounds of EA Sports FIFA to build up the crowds while they're playing, obviously with the sound effects that's been recorded and stuff. So they're going to be using these. I think they've already started doing them with certain football events already in some stadiums, but I'm trying to think how that's going to work because even when you're playing FIFA, sometimes those sound effects aren't cued right. You know what I
mean? It's going to be like the laugh track in comedies. Oh, it's the worst.
It's funny though. Every time someone misses, are they really gonna play that effect that goes, oh, you know when you miss in FIFA, you miss a goal, everyone goes, oh, you know?
Yeah, ooh,
are they gonna really play that? Because it's just gonna sound strange.
But here's what more strange. I did watch a game like recently. There's no crowds. There were no crowds. And the crowds were replaced with cardboard boxes. It looked so fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, that's like a PlayStation 2 game right there, I swear.
Yeah, they were replaced with cardboard boxes and there was no sound and it felt so awkward. It's like, you only listen the ball kicked, being kicked. it feels so like haunted. Where's the energy? Where's the crowd? Where's the booing? Where's people like yelling at
Oh yeah, well you know what? I mean that's what pushes the players, man. You know, I mean you're playing in front of what, a crowd of 50,000, 60,000 people in a huge stadium. Your adrenaline's gonna be up. You know what I mean? It's not like, I think for them, if they're playing in an empty stadium, it's like they're doing practice. Okay, boys, we're gonna go for a practice run today. Okay, and that's the sound you get taught when you're playing in a full stadium and you're playing, you know, to actually win something with a full crowd. Man, that's gotta push you to win as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If all your fans are there screaming, "Oh, come on, Chris, score!" You're gonna fucking score. Man,
Exactly, and sport is like a group spirit thing. That's why you enjoy watching sports with your group of friends, because like the energies you give to each other, like yeah, fuck yeah, goal, and you get excited more watching the game. But when I watch a game by myself, even when they score a goal, I never react. Exactly, yeah. So weird times. We're living in weird times.
Well, I'm pretty convinced we're going to be. It's going to pass at some point. You know, nothing lasts forever, but I'm very interested to see how that match is going to be with the actual FIFA sounds on there. And you know the funny thing is, if you're a kid and you're at home, you're watching this football match and you have the FIFA sounds on, how many parents are going to ask their kids to switch off that fucking computer? You know, I mean, they're going to think it's an actual video game. They're not going to think it's a real match. What the hell? Come on, switch this off, you know, because it sounds like an actual video game. That's going to be funny. That's going to be funny.
Or your mom walks in and be like, Timmy, I told you do not play PlayStation anymore. I told you to turn off the PlayStation.
Exactly.
But mom, I'm watching the game. Don't lie to me, Timmy.
Nice. Right, next story today, Bloodborne. Rumors are going around saying that there's a remaster on the way for PlayStation 5, which is good, but apparently it's also coming to PC. There's big speculation about this. Like you were talking about this, and this is something that's been pissing you off lately, is all these big PlayStation exclusives coming to PC. So I'm all for a remaster because I think on PlayStation 5 that would look phenomenal, because Bloodborne's one of those games that I really, really got into. I do like Bloodborne a lot. Yeah, so what's your take on that? What do you think?
Again, coming on the PlayStation 5 remastered, no problem. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
But on the PC, fuck no. Again, I don't want these console exclusive coming to PC. I don't want it. It's not because more game players will play the game. It's more good for the gamers. No, it's not. It's not good for the gamers. You guys have to understand. If a company has monopoly over the video game industry, they will get cocky, they will get lazy, and they will get expensive. Because don't forget, PS3 came out with $600 because PS2 was dominating the market. But they got very cocky. But then they got competition. So you need competition. And this exclusive give competitions to consoles. That's what it's not because I don't want someone who is a PC master race to not play the game Bloodborne. It's not that. It's not that I have something against him. I don't want the competition to die. We need competition. Competition makes each other companies stronger and better. I feel like Sony has it's not backing down. It's not taking it easy and just sitting on its ass and drinking coffee because PS4 sales did so much better than the Xbox, because they know once they trip or mess a single way, they're gonna lose the battle like they did on the Xbox 360 generation. Xbox 360 sold way more than PS3 when it first came out. I think at the end of both of those generation, I think they were neck to neck in the end. But initially, PS3 was very hard to pick up, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want these games to come on the PC. Not because I don't want developers to make more money, because I'm against developers making more money, or I'm against players to play more games. I just don't want the competition to die.
Well, mind you, if these games are coming out on PC, will they still be like branded as Sony, like Sony Entertainment Presents, or will it be just like the developers who actually developed it, like Naughty Dog, for example, or Guerrilla? Because I think Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out on PC this summer. So will it be like just a Guerrilla Presents, or do you think it will start off with Sony Entertainment? Like, are they still going to get their rights on these games?
I think so, because it's they own. I don't know. I don't know about Bloodborne, because they don't own From Software, but they own, let's say, Naughty Dog, and they own Sucker Punch.
Well, they obviously have some stake in the licensing, because it was an exclusive for so long. I mean, it's not like, because usually, like, if it's a game that's going to go on all platforms, I think the most a video game company or a platform like PlayStation or Xbox, they'll have it for like a year exclusive, and then it comes out on the other platforms. But but these games have been out for years already on PlayStation 4. This is why it's like, okay, so they're releasing them on PC. I mean, is it to make the developers get more money out of it, or is it just Sony releasing games on PC? I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we
don't know what the contract is. I don't think it matters, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think, but again, No Man's Sky supposed to be exclusive, and so I think it was on PC too, right?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Well, No Man's Sky is a PC game when you play it anyway. You know what I mean? Straight away, it's a PC game. It's not a PlayStation game.
Yeah, because it's hot garbage, and all hot garbage games is on PC.
Hot garbage. There is one game that we do need to play on PC, which is the Half-Life Alyx.
Oh,
everyone's saying this is like the future of virtual reality. I've been watching gameplay on this game, and it's like, do I really want to spend like a couple of $1,000s on, you know what I mean, on just a good setup, just so I can play this one fucking game? Because it looks great. It looks so good.
Yeah, you have to get kidneys. You don't need two of them. You can sell one.
Well, actually, I've been going online to see how I can connect the PlayStation VR to the PC, and there's ways you can do it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not gonna work, because Alyx is dependent on the motion control of the of the joysticks or something like that, and how you move your hands. So I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe if it's like a simpler game, like Beat Saber, something like that,
something like
might
that,
work. Well, but I don't think Half-Life Alyx is gonna work.
But mind you, Alyx, they developed it because Valve have their own VR headset now, which is worth like over $1,000. Have you seen this thing? It even has control for the fingers. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's like, that's insane, man. I was watching the videos. I was like, yeah. As you said, we don't need. We can live with one kidney. You know, I can give away one. Maybe if you put our kidneys together, man, we can share it on the weekends or some shit. You know what I mean? We can do that.
The controller is very cool. There's sensors on the controller, and if you like move a finger, and you can actually see each individual finger moving, which is cool. Like, I think we're heading to a direction where VR is gonna be like an actual thing and not just a gimmick, like 3D gaming was, which was garbage.
I remember my friends buying a 3D TV just to play Mortal Kombat on it. Oh, it was hilarious. And I was sitting there going, this is not gonna last. This is not something I can get into. I'm not into that at all.
It gave me nausea.
I couldn't, man. It was like, what the fuck is this? And there was those 3D TVs where you don't need the glasses because the TV's curved. They were awful. What the fuck was that?
Like Nintendo, like I don't know, Nintendo 3DS didn't work. Why would the fuck would it work on a console? Nobody turned on the 3D feature on the 3DS.
I think I tried it once when I got Mega Man, and like, oh, the blocks come out, and that was it. That's the only thing I was like, the blocks kind of come out. That was it. No, I'm not a fan of it. I like the VR stuff, but I don't like that whole 3D bollocks. I don't like that.
Yeah, like it looked cool, like for a couple of minutes on the 3DS, and like I tried to play it on the with the 3D version, but But it's like if you move your hand just a little bit, you lose that effect of the 3D, and it just takes you out from the. Like, I wasn't that immersed, but takes you out from the effect of the 3D.
You immersed into a 3DS game. Wow, I'm actually there.
I did say I wasn't immersed, but it
Yes, I
takes you
heard you,
out
I
from
heard
the effect. Listen to my words, Clint. I'm very specific.
I know you are. You are. Right, let's get into your final story today. Final story is, am I saying this right? Gung-Ho?
Gung-Ho.
Gung-Ho. That G silent.
Gung-Ho.
Gung-Ho. So he's on why Ninjala will actually be free to play. I think in a recent statement they were saying that they've been watching the I think it's to do with because they want players from adults to children to actually enjoy these games, which is very cool. And I think they've been doing a lot of research. I mean, he's actually got a track record of making these kind of games anyway. These F2P games, like I think Puzzle and Dragons was one. So it's quite an interesting story. And the thing is, this is coming on Switch.
It is.
Yeah, so you'll be able to play that for free. Obviously, with all these games, there's always some part where you can buy stuff, like any of these free to download games. But it's nice that you'll be able to at least play it in some form. And I think you'll be able to play with players online as well for free, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to like target the market of Fortnite, where like kids cannot like buy their own games because obviously they don't work, and they cannot just go to parents and be like, "Mommy, Daddy, give me $60. I want this game."
Well, that's a lot of kids do these days. I've seen it. Give me $60. Fuck off.
Give me $60.
So give me $60. I want to buy a game.
If I ever in my life went to my dad and be like, "Give me $60, Dad, I want to buy a game," I would have my face would have been smacked.
Yeah, my parents would have smacked me and all. Pa!
Yeah. What?
I said my parents would have smacked me as well.
Yeah. I feel like kids, they don't get smacked these days. They need to get smacked so they would. They're so bratty these days. So fucking bratty. I come out okay. I'm not like a serial killer or anything. Like, you can smack your kid from time to time. I'm not saying like like break his tooth or anything. Just like, like a scared slap, like scared
That's
him.
funny. Break a tooth.
Yeah. So we are very lucky to have lived in an era where hacking consoles was so easy, so we get games for like $1, or we would have never played any game.
Pretty much. I mean, I think at one point, I had almost every single Xbox 360 game. You know what I mean? At one point, when a new game came out, I'd have it on the same day, boom. Or if you're lucky, you get like a week before, boom, because you bought the pirated copy. Like, screw it. You're not going to spend money. The only time I ever spent money was if I wanted like an original, and it would probably be a PS3 game back then, because obviously it was you couldn't buy the fake games on PS3. So, like, I think when Dead Space 2 came out, I said, right, I'm not going to get the fake one. I actually want Dead Space 2. And I went and I bought it. So, yeah, that's the only time I've ever done that.
That's what I did usually. Like, I would buy the pirate game on the 360, and if I love it a lot, I would actually go buy the original.
Exactly, yeah. A lot. The thing is, with the horror games, I would buy the originals anyway, because I like the horror stuff. That's my thing, so yeah. Cool. Right, we've done all the news today. What are we getting into now? Topic, worst game that we've played on current gen. Ooh, that's a good one. Worst game that I've played on current gen. Actually, I know mine already. Do you know yours or no?
Yes.
Mine's Anthem.
Anthem? Okay.
Straight away. Anthem was, in your terms, hot fucking garbage. I was so disappointed with Anthem. I think that's one of the worst games I played last year.
That's a very good pick. I think I want to change my pick and actually go with Anthem.
Man, because we've both played Anthem, you know what I mean? I remember playing it, and do you remember the big tech demo that they showed at E3 years ago? I remember seeing this demo thinking, oh my god, this game looks brilliant. I remember the thing where it went in the water, it came out, and there was that big beast that was fighting. When the actual game came out, it was stripped down to the bare bones almost. For one,
I think it was everything we saw at the demo, and that was it. That was the whole game.
That was the
everything
game.
we saw. It was in the game, and nothing more.
Like, it was so repetitive. It just got to the point where I got bored. And thing is, I tried to stick games out, but man, I couldn't play after a few hours. I was like, this is shit. I really didn't like it at all. And I'm not one for hating games. Even bad games, I try and see the good out of them, you know what I mean? That's the kind of thing that I like to do. If it's a really bad game, I'll try and find something good out of it and stick with it and play it. And say, you know, the developers gave it a shot. They gave it a try. But this was like, I don't know. It just didn't sit well at all. I know people who love it. I can't, man. I didn't like it at all.
It felt very money hungry, to be honest.
Exactly.
It felt very money hungry because we were so excited. Me and my friends, we have a group of friends. We have a group chat on WhatsApp. Yeah. It's 4 of my friends. We always look for games to play together. Like, the last game we played together all the time was The Division 2. And we played a lot of Monster Hunter. We played Call of Duty. But we were looking something like an RPG where we can level up together. We can raid. We can do like dungeons, like an MMORPG. And but not as intensive as an MMORPG where you have to play daily, because that's like you have to dedicate your life.
No, I don't have time for that, man.
Yeah,
I'm old enough.
So there's games like Destiny 2 and whatever. And we were so excited for Anthem. All of us bought it and all of us pre-ordered it. And we were like on countdown. We all woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning because our timeline is different from America and our account is US. So it unlocks for us at 6 in the morning. So all of us was awake. We were on party chat, and that's it. We started the game, and at the first couple of hours, we were having fun. It still didn't reach to the repetitive side.
Yeah.
And 3 hours in, we were like, "We already did this mission." I think so, but all of us are in the same group, so all of us are not doing like different missions. We're all doing the same mission. And we got so confused, is this it? Is this the whole map? Is this like 4 section of map, this green area map, rocky area map, and like town area map, and that's it? That was the whole game. And we did like a kind of a very like bare bone dungeon thing, whatever. And it was so lackluster. It was so, I don't know, I feel like they didn't put any effort in it. There was no effort. There was no polish. There was no like there was no like thought put in the game, because there were some like abilities which made no sense, because this ability doesn't help you in any ways in the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Why is this in it? There were no abilities that would help each other to, let's say, buff each other, so we can take down a specific boss. It was just It was just like pieces of cool ideas, but not linked together, which made it a whole mess. It's a whole mess of a game with bare bone things to do and repetitive. And the most thing that pissed me off was the skins. Even the skins was so lazy. Even the skins was very. My original skin looked even cooler than the skin that I have to grind for like 20 hours to get. It was very disappointing. And we
did you grind that game?
We stopped playing it after 2 days. We were like, we're not having fun. Let's like cut our losses. We lost $60 for nothing, and we didn't play this game. We went back to Division 2. Division 2 was very good, But again, when we reach the end game, I feel like we reached the end game really fast, and
Yeah.
when the update came out for the raids and whatever, we were already done with the game. We didn't come back. But at least that game was like fun. It was fun game to play. It was more polished than Division 1. Yeah, it was very disappointing.
I think from what I was reading, they even abandoned the update, all the updates and shit they were supposed to be doing for it. They abandoned everything.
Good. Good.
So anybody who's actually still into that game and waiting for any updates or anything at all, forget it. I think it's already been done and gone. Finished. Cool.
Good.
Right, so do you have any beef today as well?
Beef today, beef today. Today, do I have some beef?
My only beef is with Windows because my fucking mic wasn't working today. That's it.
That's it. Okay, beef.
That's my fucking beef. Trying to find a driver for a mic that's already updated. It's like, come on, it's a brand new mic. So that's my beef. Shit not working on Windows. Fuck you, Windows.
My beef is with Xbox. It's like you cannot play a game if you don't update it. You have to update it, then play the game, which is weird.
Very true.
Yeah.
On PlayStation, you don't get that.
Yeah, you don't get that, and the only way to like play the game is to disconnect from the internet. You have to disconnect.
Yes.
You have to disconnect from the internet to play the game. But if the game is a Game Pass, you cannot do that because it has to check if you still have, the subscription.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so you're fucked.
Well, actually, there's something I tried to watch a Blu-ray on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And the Xbox wasn't connected to the internet, and it wouldn't play the bloody Blu-ray.
Yeah, because the Blu-ray are licensed. There's a code in it, and it has to check if it's copy or
stupid. PlayStation, stick anything in there, it works. I swear, put your dick in there, it'll probably play it. Work, bastard, work.
The best, again. This is tips for you guys. If you have you have a pirated Blu-ray. Again, I don't want to promote pirated, but it's gonna happen. If you're gonna do it the proper way.
Okay.
If you have a pirated Blu-ray, buy the cheapest Blu-ray player ever, and it's like it's a brand you never heard of, like a Chinese crap brand. It doesn't matter. It's gonna run the same. What?
Kobe, Telefunken. These are the brands I used to buy because they were so cheap.
Yeah, because the good thing about these players is there isn't that chipset in it where it checks licensing, so you can just play the movie without the sound cutting off. Because if you remember, if you play a pirated Blu-ray on the PS3, the sound would just cut off.
Yeah, after 15
and you have
minutes,
to do
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go outside, change the audio settings, and come back again so the audio works, and 10 minutes later it would cut off again. But if you had like a very cheap Blu-ray, it doesn't check on online, you'll be like, fuck it, just play the game, just play the movie.
Yeah. Well, mind you, I was going through my old DVDs the other day, and back in the day, DVDs would have region, whether it's if it's region 1 or region 2. So, usually DVD players, if you buy one now for like really cheap, it's the DVD player is region free. So I actually went online because it's an old Samsung. And do you remember you had to find the codes for the remote control to change the player to region free? I found it and I did it. And I changed it. Now I can watch all the old DVDs that I have before I pack them away. It's crazy.
Nice. That was stupid. Did you region locked DVDs was so stupid. Like, why there's region on the DVD? I remember knowing about region locked movies when for some reason my mom bought Devil's Wears Prada from Canada. It was the original, and she brought it back in Lebanon. So like, oh, it's the first time in my life I have ever touched and seen an original copy of a movie.
And it just happens to be Devil Wears Prada as well, which is funny.
Exactly. It's the first original copy of movie I ever owned. And I sticked it on my PS2. And it didn't play. Like, what the fuck was going on? Why won't you play?
Yeah, I remember. I've been through all that, mate. Been through it all.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, we're going to head off. Don't forget, check us out online, which is Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast on Instagram. Check out what we're doing there. Also have a look for us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Support us a little bit. That's all we're asking. Chris, where can people find you online?
People can find me online on at Taporian, Taporin, Twitter and Instagram. If you guys have any kind of questions for us or topics you want to talk to for us to talk, you can comment on the YouTube section or like slide in my DMs on Twitter or like DM us on Instagram. If we have no problem with the audience, talking with us. Yep.
Not a problem. And don't forget, you can find me online as well. Have a little search for Clint Maximus on Google, or just join my official Instagram page, which is at Clint Maximus. Cool. All right, dude, I'm off. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I might eat something and then go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do chicken. I'm going to do chicken because it's cheap.
Okay, this is all in the show still.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Chicken time.
Chicken time. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you later. Bye.
Follow us on Instagram at Where's the Beef Gamer Podcast.